Hello students, I welcome you all to the e-learning sessions of LJ Institute of Engineering and Technology. Myself Hardik Shah and I am here to share my knowledge with you all in the subject of automobile engines. Fine. So we are starting a new session today on a chapter of combustion in SI and CI engine. Our today's topic in this video is combustion and its stages in the SI engine. Okay, and we will also see in the end that what are the different factors which are affecting a combustion in SI engine and affecting different phenomena. So I hope you all will see this video till end and you will also gain some of the skills in automobile engineering branch. Okay, so let's start our video. So what is combustion? That is the first question. So combustion means any process of burning something. Okay, it is a simple process of burning. So combustion may be defined as a relatively rapid, or you can say chemical combination of hydrogen and carbon in the fuel with oxygen in air, resulting in the revelation of energy in the form of heat. That is called a simple combustion. Okay, so for example we can say that any combustion in a car, so what is happening? The car is actually getting some gas, okay, or getting some fuel, and thereafter it is igniting inside the engine and it will move piston up and down, and that's why the car moves. Okay, so that is a simple combustion phenomena. Now let's see what are the different types of combustion. Okay, so basically there are two types of combustion. First is complete combustion, second is incomplete combustion, right? So let's see both of them one by one. What is complete combustion? So in complete combustion, the reactant burns in oxygen, which is producing a number of product. Okay, so combustion is not necessarily favorable to the maximum degree of oxidation, and it can be temperature dependent also, right? So in most industrial applications, in fires, the air is actually source of oxygen, right? So in air, each mole of oxygen is mixed with approximately 3.71 mole of nitrogen. That is the combustion process. So in nitrogen does not take the part in combustion, but at high temperature some nitrogen will be covered by the NOx, that is called NO, that is nitrogen oxides or dioxides. Okay, so on other end what is happening? When there is insufficient oxygen to completely combustion or completely ignite, or you can say completely combust the fuel, some fuel carbon, or you can say carbon particles, are converted into the carbon monoxides, and some of them hydrogen remains unreacted. So hydrogen does not react with it. Okay, a more complete set of equation for the combustion of the hydrogen in the air, therefore it requires an additional calculation for the distribution of oxygen between the carbon and hydrogen in a fuel. So what is happening there? The amount of air which is actually required for complete combustion to take the place is known as theoretical air. Okay, however in practical the air is used actually 2 or 3 times than the theoretical to make it complete combust. Okay, now second one is incomplete combustion. So it will occur when there is not enough oxygen to allow the fuel to react completely to produce the carbon dioxide and water. Okay, so it also happens when the combustion is quenched by a heat sink such as solid surface or flame trapping. Okay, so for most of the fuels such as diesel, oil, thereafter coal or wood, the pyrolysis occurs before the combustion. In incomplete combustion, the product of pyrolysis remains unburnt and contaminated the smoke with noxious, or you can say NOx, particulate matter and the gases. So partially oxidized compounds are actually also concerned, and partial oxidation of ethanol can produce harmful acetaldehyde, or you can say carbon products that are very toxic to us. Okay, so the quality of combustion can be improved by the designs of different combustion devices such as burners, thereafter combustion chambers and all that. So basic in IC engine design is very much important in this case. Further improvements are actually achievable by catalytic after burning the devices, okay, such as catalytic converter is also there, okay, or by simple particle, or you can say simple particle return of the exhaust gas into the combustion process. So it comes back, okay. So such devices are required by environmental legislations for the car in most of the countries. Okay, and maybe necessarily to enable the large combustion devices such as thermal power stations to react legal emission standards. Okay, so that was the combustion process. Okay, again the degree of combustion can be measured and analyzed with test equipments also, right? So HVAC contractors, thereafter firemen and engineers use combustion analyzer to test the efficiency of burner during the combustion process. Okay, so in addition, the efficiency of any internal combustion engine can be measured in this way. Okay, so basically all the states and local municipalities uses that analysis to define and rate the efficiency of the vehicle on the road. Okay, so these are all the types of combustion and how it works. Okay, so now let's see what are the different stages of combustion in SI engine. Okay, let's start about this main topic. So in the case of spark ignition engine, the combustible mixture of fuel and air is supplied in a desired ratio with the help of carburetor, or you can say carburetor, and the combustion process initiated with the help of very high intensive spark, okay, by the spark plug few degrees before the end of compression stroke. Now this spark burns the few molecules of the mixture in the vicinity of spark gap and initiate the combustion process by transfer of heat to the molecules in a neighborhood. So spark goes inside the fuel. Okay. Once a flame is created, the advancement of this flame into the unburnt mixture will depend upon the rate of heat transfer between the flame and the surrounding envelope of the unburnt mixture, temperature and pressure. So this is the main criteria that we have to see. Okay. So what is happening? Though the mechanism of flame propagation is unknown, but the presence of flame itself is a evidence of chemical reaction between the fuel and air. To study the combustion phenomenon of these engines, the experiments were actually carried out by the Ricardo, or you can say there was a Ricardo that was a scientist, okay, using the quad cylinder and the employing the high speed photography. But let's see first what is theoretical process of combustion in SI engine, thereafter we will see practical, okay, or you can say actual. So in internal combustion engine, if inlet and exhaust valves are closed and piston moves from BDC to TDC, the compression will take place, and similarly from top to bottom expansion will take place, right? So that is the main four stroke engine working. So if combustion does not take the place during this process, the pressure versus crank angle, or you can say P versus theta diagram can be obtained, and it is actually known as motoring curve, okay, and it is actually shown in figure here. So what is happening? This figure shows the theoretical pressure and crank angle diagram, that is P theta diagram. When the spark occurs at TDC, pressure suddenly rises due to combustion and the expansion of the combustion product takes place. So that was the theoretical diagram. Now let's see what is actually happening inside it. So the results are actually now this shown in this diagram, that is this figure. So what is happening? That ABMN, that curve ABMN represent the motoring curve. That is when the engine is not firing, and ABCD is actually representing the actual combustion curve. Okay. So let's see what are the different points. So at point A, it is actually representing the point of ignition where the spark is supplied by the spark plug. The crank angle before TDC at the instant spark is given is called angle of spark advance. Okay, this is called angle of spark advance. Various stages of combustion. Okay, let's see what are the various stages of combustion. So based on the experimental results, the combustion in SI engine takes place in these three main stages. What are the stages? First one is period of ignition lag, or you can say preparation phase. Okay. Second one is flame propagation phase. That was the second phase. Okay. And what are the third phase? The third phase is after burning, or you can say flame termination phase. Okay. These are the main three stages that you have to study in the topic. So let's see one by one. First is period of ignition lag, or you can say preparation. Okay. So let's see it again. So what is happening there? The experimental results have shown that there is a certain interval of time between the instant of spark that is given at point A, the instant of first tiny flame reappears at point B, which correspond to the point where there is a noticeable rise in the cylinder pressure due to combustion. This time the interval corresponds to the period AB, and this period is called as ignition delay or ignition delay angle. Okay, it is also called ignition lag. So what is ignition lag? It represents the period of pre-flame reaction in which the chains are formed as explained in a chain reaction theory of the combustion, and that you always study. Okay, so the ignition lag depends upon the molecular structure of fuel, temperature, pressure, density, thereafter air fuel ratio, and the proportion of residual gases that are formed after the ignition. Okay, that was the first phase. Let's see second phase, that is second stage, flame propagation phase. Okay, so once the self-sustaining flame appears at a point B, the flame travels outwards and burn the fuel in the air. Okay, so initially the rate of burning of fuel and flame speeds are actually very low with the small rate of pressure rise. However, as the combustion proceeds, the pressure and temperature keeps on rising. It increases, right, with the heat energy release, which is transferred from burned to the unburned charges. The flame propagates across the combustion chamber at high speeds. Okay, the flame is going inside and it is constant speed in the range of 15 to 35 meter per second. Okay, so it is very difficult to distinguish between these two phases of combustion, that is the phase of ignition lag and flame of propagation. They both are actually together, but we have done it separately. So, however, the start of second phase is considered when an appreciable pressure rise can be seen on this diagram. At the point B, you can see at point B, the second phase ends when the peak pressure is achieved in the cylinder, that is exactly at point C, the highest pressure is there. So, the slope of curve BC represents the rate of pressure rise. It should be noted that the rate of heat transfer to the cylinder walls is low at the beginning of this phase, since only some part of burning mixture comes in contact with the cylinder walls. Okay, the rate of heat energy released during the combustion depends on the intensity of turbulence and the air fuel ratio. So that was the second phase. Okay, what is third phase? So third phase is after burning, or you can say flame termination phase. Okay, so what is happening there? So actually combustion is not completed at point C, though it represents the completion of flame travel. Okay, it is the highest pressure peak, but it is not yet completed. So it is due to the fact that the burning continues due to leftover fuel and the dissociation of dissociated gases exiting in a combustion chamber. Okay, existing in the combustion chamber. So this combustion beyond the point C continues during the expansion stroke, and it is called as after burning, which is representing the third stage of combustion up to the point D, that is called after burning stage. So the flame velocity decreases during this phase of combustion, and now the flame will disappear, right? So there are the main three stages of the combustion that you have studied. Okay, so now move on to the next topic, that is the different factors which are affecting that ignition lag and ignition period, okay, or flame propagation. So these are the main phenomena that actually occurring inside the combustion, and there are various factors that are affecting it. Okay, so let's see the various engine variables or various factors which are actually affecting ignition lag. Okay, so what are that? So first one is pressure and temperature. Okay, so what is main purpose? The high pressure, the molecules are nearer and their rate of collision increases. It helps in forming the chain carriers to reduce the ignition lag. So the increased temperature also increases kinetic energy of the molecules, which tends to increase the rate of collisions, and also it will improve the mobility of reactions. Okay, so therefore what is happening? Therefore ignition lag reduces with increase in temperature, and the effect of pressure and temperature on the ignition lag, it is actually very important, okay, that you have to study. So that was the pressure and temperature, that was the first factor. Second factor is compression ratio, right? So what is happening? Higher compression ratio increases the pressure and temperature both of the working substance, because compression ratio is higher, both of them will be higher. Okay, therefore the effect of increased compression ratio is actually similar as increased pressure and temperature, as that we have discussed. Okay, so increased compression ratio will also decrease the ignition lag. That is our motive behind the combustion, that ignition lag should be minimum. Okay, next one is mixture strength. So it is observed that ignition lag is minimum for about 10% of the mixtures. Okay, so these are the main factor that ignition lag is happening. Thereafter, residual gases. So the residual gases in the combustion chamber dilute the mixture charge, consequently increases the ignition lag. So new mixture should not be mixed with the exhaust gases, that is called dilution. Okay, therefore the higher amount of residual gases in the proportion to fresh charge, it will be higher, so it will actually decrease the ignition lag. Okay, so that is what the mixture strength happens, or it means. Okay, next is nature of fuel. So the ignition lag depends on the chemical nature of the fuel. It is found that the fuels with the higher self-ignition temperatures have comparatively higher period of ignition lag. So that was that meaning. Next is speed. So what is the speed relation with it? So it has no effect in terms of time period, or you can say ignition period, but it shows the term of crank angle turn. Therefore, with higher speeds, the ignition advance should be increased so to match that loading condition. Okay, and the last factor is electrode gap, that is in the spark plug. Okay, so the air gap between the electrode of the spark plugs is very important from the point of establishment of the nucleus of the flame. Okay, so the flame propagation is actually depending on that. So if the electrode gap is very small, or you can say too small, the quenching of the flame nucleus may occur as a range of working with the range of air fuel ratio, and it will actually reduce it. Okay, it is further affected by compression ratio also. So it is seen that the electrode gap required reduced with the increased compression ratio. So whatever the meaning of that, the compression ratio increases, the gap should decrease. Okay, so for compression ratio of 7, or you can say higher, the gap of 0.625 mm is generally found. So it is a main important phase. So air fuel ratio for the subtle flame function of the electrode gap and the compression ratio works like that. Okay, it is also found that the voltage required at the spark plug electrode to produce the spark is found to decrease with the increase in fuel air ratio. Okay, and it with decrease in a compression ratio, the load on the engine. So these are all the factors that are actually affecting ignition delay and flame propagation that we have learned, and we have also learned the stages of combustion, right? So that's it in today's session. In the next session, what we will discuss more about this combustion in SI and CI engine. Okay, so if you have any query, just write it in a comment section. I will try to solve it as soon as possible, or you can personally contact me also. And yes, subscribe this channel also to get more contents like this faster than others. Okay, so stay tuned, and yes, keep learning. You are the automobile engineers. Okay.